Yo, Still Bills, what's the deal, man? I'm heading back home, man. It's I just clocked out. You dig? I couldn't make the gym yesterday, man. I fucked around. I stayed up playing 2K with the homie on what was that on Monday, and my daughter just refused to go to sleep. And then I got an hour or so into my sleep, she decided that I ain't she needed to go to the bathroom and wanted me to go to the bathroom with her. So that fucked my sleep up that much more, man. I was defeated yesterday. I got like 10 hours of rest in yesterday, and I feel completely rejuvenated. I ain't yawned once today. I feel great. So I'll be in the gym tonight, man. I'll be back in the gym tonight. But peep game, we got to get into this shit, man. And that is, man, we got to send a shout out to. I know, all right, people, before we even get into that, I know it's a lot of people who feel some type of way about Turkey Al Sheik and him coming at Canelo and Canelo's fan. I'm a Canelo fan. And I could even say I made a video about it before. I don't know. I felt like him coming at Canelo was coming from a stance on where most, not casuals, but a lot of casuals feel some type of way about Canelo. I think he was coming. He had already a existing he harbored a bit of animosity towards the dude, and he just coming in. He just kind of felt like he was really expressing that. And I was just like, it's just kind of unwarranted, even though Canelo is getting on everybody's nerves. I feel like when you in a position to make fights happen, you gotta kind of tread lightly. You know what I'm saying? And you want the best for Bud, so the best way to get a Bud fight with Canelo is to not, kiss his ass and throw roses at his feet or nothing like that, man. But just kind of put your personal judgment to the side or whatever and try to get some business shit over the line, man. He kind of came in like beefing on Demon Time. You dig what I'm saying? So I just kind of felt that was like, nah. You dig the animosity that he had towards Canelo. I felt he should have had towards Tank, with Tank disrespecting him in the way that he disrespected him. I thought that was a little wild, but Tank and Canelo fans have kind of been banging on Turkey Al Sheik just a little too much for my liking, man. Even just not even just those fans, just a lot of not a lot of them. I won't say a lot of them, but enough people to where it's something that should be voiced. Anytime the American boxing scene kind of feels threatened or is coming under attack, that's going to cause a bit of friction with the American population up here. Look no further than Eddie Hearn. You dig? All Eddie Hearn wanted to do was put some big fights on and get some Americans over there, get a bigger bag or whatever, man, and solidify himself over here in this market. And he was met with serious resistance. So now you get Turkey Al Sheik, who's making these wild, drag-out ass cash injections into the sport, and he's still getting some sort of resistance from Tank fans and from Canelo fans. But for all of that, for all of the resistance that you're giving him, it would be foolish to deny what it is that he's doing. It would be foolish to deny his helping hand as far as making certain fights happen. You dig? When you look at everything that Turkey Al Sheik has done, look at the 5v5 card, the Real cards. Those are legitimate bangers. Bangers, man. That Bud fight card was super stacked. It was super stacked, man. That was a hell of a card right there, man. He's been doing great work, and he's still continuing to do great work. He's continuing to do great work, man. You got to commend him for that. And I think the biggest thing that he should be commended on is lowering the pay-per-views, the price of the pay-per-views, because it's only so many pay-per-views the American market can take before they just completely say fuck all this shit. Or not even so. We've already taken this shit, and you're seeing a backlash of that shit. You're starting to see the people who are putting on these cards complain about all the streamers, and they're completely ignoring the fact that y'all are putting on too many pay-per-views. Y'all, this is a poor man's sport. Like Cali X and Ring IQ have said before, this is a poor man's sport. Y'all can turn it into a fucking country club. You dig what I'm saying? This isn't even a sport that's widely discussed on sports networks. Think about how wild that is, man. They show fights on ESPN, and ESPN shows little coverage of boxing. That shit is wild. That shit is wicked, bro. Like, goddamn. So we just really not gonna say nothing about boxing? They'll go into a sports broadcast immediately after a fight and get talked about that much of the fight on the broadcast. You dig what I'm saying? Like just think about that. And so with all that being said and done, you're not giving the fans an opportunity to grow the sport and become familiar with these fighters. And none of that shit. None of that shit. On the very same network that it should be being discussed on a regular basis, and it doesn't get that. So now you're gonna try and extort us to watch the fight. The very few people that follow the sport of boxing, y'all are extorting us, and y'all wonder why there's such a massive streaming problem that y'all have, to the point where it's becoming problematic with y'all numbers. Y'all can't meet those quotas, and it is what it is. I'm glad that people are starting to get y'all are receiving the blowback of that. I'm overjoyed about it. You cannot put 2 and 3 pay-per-views on a month and whack us. And I think he's getting the notion of that. So, all right, cool. We'll continue to do pay-per-views, but let's lower the price. I'm a regular nigga. I'm a round the way brother. I ain't got no college degree. I ain't got no goddamn. I don't have that. No, I don't have none of that, man. I don't make $45, $50 an hour and all that shit, man. I have a modest life. I make a modest earning to support me and a family of 5. So I can't come out of pocket 2 and 3 times a month, $80 to watch some niggas fight who don't even deserve to be on pay-per-view in the first place, because they haven't even garnered a fan base that will warrant them being put on pay-per-view. I'm not doing it, my nigga. I'm not doing it. So they're starting to see that, yo, bro, we really got to, if we're not going to slow down on the pay-per-views, let's at least tweak it. All right, cool. We won't whack y'all $80, $90. We'll hit y'all for 20. And from what I've been gathering, that's about the price they pay in the UK. That's about the price they pay in the UK. I'm just saying, man, like you got to appreciate that. This is something that should have been being done years ago. If we being real, y'all want to make every fight a fucking a box office fight, and then whack us with $80 or whatever, and then get play. I mean, because just because they're not box office fights doesn't mean that it's not a fight that we would be interested in. Tim Tszyu and Fundora was an interesting fight. It was a good fight. 2 top dogs in the division. Yeah, let's see this fight. Let's see this shit. But we shouldn't have to pay for it. Why? Because these are not pay-per-view attractions. They don't have the fan. Tim Tszyu is an Aussie. He doesn't have the fan base over here to carry a pay-per-view, and neither does Sebastian Fundora. Niggas was leaving the arena when he was getting knocked out by Brian Mendoza, bro. You're telling me this is a fight that's worthy of being put behind the paywall? Keith Thurman. Why is Keith Thurman being discussed for a pay-per-view when we saw what he did with Mario Barrios? And he didn't even deserve that pay-per-view. You dig? Like, what is going on here? What is going on? Just because these fights are not worthy of being put on pay-per-view doesn't mean that there isn't an interest in those fights. That's why they get streamed. Let's get familiar with this dude a little bit before we say, all right, cool, let me take my hard-earned money, and put it in this dude's bank account to where it could possibly set me back a week or two, trying to make up for that bag that I dropped on this pay-per-view. Y'all don't do that. Y'all just extort us. And then y'all wonder why niggas is streaming shit. Y'all wonder why it's such an influx of streaming sites. 20 million motherfuckers stream the Fury and Usyk fight. Now just think about it. If it wasn't such an influx of pay-per-views that's been happening over the past 2 or 3 years, think about how much more money that shit would have garnered. Those 20 million motherfuckers who stream that fight globally, let's say you get half of that shit to actually purchase the pay-per-view. 10 million fights globally, Brody. Yikes. It's no organic build-up with these fighters, man. Niggas just think it's time to go sweet. All right, cool. Devin Haney, for example, he's the main one. Shit bothers the fuck out of me every time I think about it. You are not a pay-per-view attraction, my guy. You're not that guy. You're not that guy. You finna extort us to see. No, for what? No, my nigga, you don't know. You know, your fights do not belong behind a paywall. You only had one pay-per-view worthy fight, and that was with Ryan Garcia, and that was due to his popularity. That's half of the battle right there. Popularity, marquee value. You dig? So no, I just no, I took issue with that. I took issue with that. I took issue with you fighting Regis Prograis on pay-per-view. You got us fucked up. I took issue with you fighting goddamn Lomachenko, one of my favorite current active fighters, on pay-per-view. You got us fucked up. Neither one of y'all are pay-per-view attractions. So we just get pay-per-view after you averaging 2 and 3 pay-per-views a month. Canelo Alvarez is about to give us fucking Edgar Berlanga for $90 next week, my nigga. No, it's not happening. I'm not coming out of pocket for that fight. I'm telling you right now, I'm not. But guess what I am going to do? Stream that motherfucker. I'm very vocal about that. I'm not paying for that shit. Got me fucked up, nigga. No. I pay for motherfucking Riyadh. I'm gonna pay for the Riyadh card. I pay for fucking Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois. That's a pay-per-view worthy fight right there. Yes, I'll take that. I'll take that. You dig? The point is just entirely too many pay-per-views. So for somebody to pick up on the fact that there's too many pay-per-views out there, and instead of continuing to add to the problem of overpriced, oversaturated pay-per-views, we'll put it on pay-per-view, but we'll make it a digestible fucking price point. Cool. I don't take an issue with that. I don't take an issue with that, even though I feel like when you're talking about something like the Zone, it should definitely be, just that shit like that should come with the subscription. It should, bro. Like you just think about how wild this shit is that we got to pay for watch Shakur Stevenson fight Joe Cordina, who just got knocked out, and he's jumping up to fight at no, bro. Just come. It's really ridiculous, man. But this is the saving grace. This is something that I feel is commendable. I feel this is commendable. I honestly do, man. But I think he's gonna have to start, dialing back on the pay-per-views as well. Even though it's still, it's a reasonable price because people get they get trigger happy. They'll start to see, the little chart or whatever. They'll start to see that increase, that influx in viewership, and they'll spike they'll spike the prices again. And it's like, bro, and here we go. Here we go. It'll go from 20 back to 60, from 60 back to 80. You dig? Just people is slick, my nigga. Niggas is slick out here, and I just see I see some little 3-card Monty bullshit like that happening. Like, nah, bro. No, these fights shouldn't be put on, pay per view. A lot of these fights should not be put on pay per view. The Riyadh fights, yeah, definitely, I can get with that, man. But just still, let's dial back on the pay per view. Still, let's just do that. Let's just do that. Eddie Hearn, you was giving us, all right, cool. We pay for the subscription. Now we get a healthy amount of fights anyway. We get a really nice comprehensive schedule on the DAZN app. I fuck with that, man, but we still got to do better with pay-per-views, man. We need to be looking to do away with pay-per-views except for certain fights. Boxing in America is not a sport where we can get where every pay-per-view needs to be put behind the paywall because half of the shit, not even a quarter of the population know these niggas. Motherfuckers don't know Shakur Stevenson like that for you to pay for him to be a main event against a dude like Joe Cordina who just got knocked out at 130 pounds. Oh, what are you talking about? We ostracized Al Heyman for doing this shit, and now y'all are doing it. I made my last video was about that, man. But the difference is, he's at least giving us a $20. Yo, all right, cool, man. Here go $20 for it. Bet. But let's be real. Some of these fighters are not worth the payday. They're like, no, bro, no. These motherfuckers need to. Hey, yo, man, make your bones, man. Earn your, earn your weight, earn your stripes. Why am I still coming out of pocket to watch you fight, bro? When your fight is ESPN worthy. I'm paying for a DAZN subscription. Why are you not fighting on the regular app? Why? Why I gotta pay an extra amount to what I'm already paying on a monthly basis? and then turn around and pay again. Like, come on, man. Like, it's getting ridiculous. So while I do commend them for the $20 price point, it's still like, yo, you did. Come on, man. No, no. We need to. We get you, man. Listen, none of these niggas is Floyd. None of these niggas is Manny. None of these niggas is Miguel Cotto. Let's keep that shit all the way a stat to where this shit would be justified, because it's not. These dudes is not them dudes. You dig? Tell them niggas they're gonna have to come down on their prices or whatever, or you just gonna be assed out. All right, cool. I can't get you X amount of dollars for that fight, Brody. I can't do it. That's just way too much. That's way too much. Come down on them prices and we can talk turkey. If not, all right, cool. Well, shit, you gonna be a nigga sitting on the shelf then. Don't extort the public. Don't extort the fan base that you're trying to generate and exemplify. Don't rob us. Don't rob us. So even 20, because I feel like some sleight of hand bullshit is gonna happen with the $20 price point. Eventually. Eventually. I highly doubt it's gonna stay like that. And if it does, shit, cool. All praise is due to the Most High. But if it don't, I don't know. Y'all need to really make it just, all right, cool. Give us a few fights on the DAZN app, and then hit us with a pay-per-view. I want to grow the sport. You need more. You need all eyes on, because there's motherfuckers who feel like y'all niggas is not worthy of my $20, which they got a point. You know, $20. Listen, I'm in Omaha, Nebraska, my guy. $20 in the tank does great. This ain't LA, where nigga coming out $6 a gallon or nothing like that. $20 in my tank is love, bro. $20 in my gas tank is love. So even that is a stretch. Don't cheat the people that you are trying to attract. You play yourself. So while I commend Turkey for the $20 for the drop in price point, you still have to be considerate for the rest of the public, because if the objective is to grow the sport, you're still telling them niggas y'all have to pay to see these motherfuckers right here. I don't have to pay to watch football and basketball and baseball. I don't have to pay for that. And if I do pay, all right, cool. Let me this little app right here, and that app going for maybe $2, $3, $5 at the most, or even 10 for a whole month to watch some niggas that I'm familiar with play, who don't know LeBron James, who don't know Steph Curry, who don't know Luka Doncic, who don't know Giannis, who don't know Kyrie. You dig what I'm saying? Who don't know Anthony Davis? Who don't know Pat Mahomes? Who don't know these niggas? Who don't know them? We're not getting extorted to watch them play. If they don't have a fan base to watch them pay, you can't justify giving Patrick Mahomes that $500 million contract, or however much they gave that nigga. You can't do that. That takes people wanting to walk through the turnstiles. That takes people wanting to go and buy your jersey in the stores. That takes people actually wanting to get the games and get whatever exclusives about this particular character. That eyes on you, eyes being attracted to you. No, super pause on that, but just, I mean, I'll say gravitating towards you. That shit matters. That's how they're able to do that shit. You can't do that in boxing, because everything is being put behind a fucking paywall, and there's no room to grow these individuals. So while I salute you on the $20 price point, you're still asking a lot for when you're trying to grow this sport. So big ups to you for doing that, but even that can be a little bit extra out at times. So let's look to dial back on that as well, man. But yeah, I'm about to get up in this crib and kick it before I go to the gym, man. I get with y'all later. Yo, y'all stay righteous. Deuces.